Okay, yo guys, welcome back to a new video. My keyboard was scrambled. Don't give a fuck. So, today we're going to go over every single PLL algorithms. I will always go over the order you should learn them. I will set every single algorithms in the description and some useful PDFs. And so, the first algorithm you should probably already know is the UA. This is the UA Perm, I think. No, it's the UB. So when this core needs to go over there, and everything's solved. So you do R2. I will not going over the Z, H, U, A. Well, because those algorithms you already know from Tulip PLL. So now we're going to go with UA Perm. My camera's too close, wait a second. Okay, that's better. It's a bit higher, so you can better look at the algorithms. By the way, if you don't get the names from the guy who teached you the algorithms for what's it called? Tulip PLL. U-perms are basically when one full bar solved and like those three cores need to swap. And the Z-perm, it's like when those two diagonals need to swap. H-perm is when these need to swap. And when you have headlights, you do the T-perm. And you have no headlights, you do Y-perm. So, but it is the AA perm. It's the first algorithm to look PLL. For one look PLL, you should learn. So it's really easy to recognize. You have this big block, and these two are the same. And you have headlights on the back. So you do so. That's what the algorithm looks like, but I'm going to do, wait a second, I'm going to set it up. You can set up the UA perm by doing the UB perm. So it's okay. So these two need to go over there. This one up. Now you create the P shape. So what you do actually in the algorithm it says X R prime. But when you see X R prime, it's the same as L wide prime. So you do this. Move that over. When you do this, you do D2. And now you have this kind of L. Now you do this up. Only thing you need to memorize. Down. Now you have this P. You do D2. And got it. So that's what it looks like fast. That's the UV perm. So this is what it looks like fast. It's way faster, by the way, if you do double D flicks. But I'm just not made for them. So, now you have the same case with this big block and headlights on the side. That's the UB perm. So this is actually the inverse of the UA perm. So what you do R2, D2, preserve this P, like do this, D2. Now you take this. Don't need to do that. Just go up. Or the UA and the UB perm. By the way, there's also a chance you get a block. Oh, wait a second, I messed up my V perm. There's also a chance you get there's also a chance you get an algorithm. You get a case like this, you have this block. Those aren't the same. And like you don't have any headlights. It's a V-perm. It's one of the baddest algorithms. The baddest cases, not algorithm. You can't say like it's a bad algorithm or something. But it's one of the baddest cases, I think, because it's the only one requires a rotation in like in the middle of the algorithm. Some cases you just do x prime x like with the UA, UB perm, E-Berm. But like you do this. No, you don't do that. You do this and rotate. Yeah, it's pretty weird. So next one is E-Berm. Get ready to hate this one because E-Berm it's trash. You're like, what's wrong with it? But an E-Berm, it's pretty hard to recognize. So what you can recognize on the E-Berm is these are the same. Like see this one with this one, it's orange, red, red, green, green. So you know to just there oh wait a second. There's a specific way you need to hold this case because this is the right way if you have those two colors and the middle color it's the same. You can do it on this side, but not on this side because it's blue, blue, and it's green here. So when you now do the E-Berm, you get an H-Berm. So make sure you take the E-Berm on the right spot. And you can recognize if you have no AUF if all the corners are like to their correct center. So I'm going to do the algorithm real quick. It's a symmetrical algorithm. It's pretty long. So like you saw, I always do this. So you up. So this is actually, I'm going to call it the forward, the backward sequence, like kind of megamix. And you always do D and D prime. So you begin with the backward sequence, D, forward sequence, D prime, forward sequence, D, backward sequence, D prime. So you see, you do 2 times this. So what you do this, D prime. You do the first set from the back and this. It's pretty hard algorithm. You're probably going to know how to do it, but when you see it in the solve, you're going to be, no, not E-Berm. But like, you're going to have to learn it. I'm sorry. Now we're going to the R-Perms. Our A-Perm is my favorite of all. When you have headlights, now we're going to everything through every single case when you have headlights. So we have headlights and this bar, and these two colors are not opposites, and there's no bar on the back. You're thinking like, why do you say all this weird stuff? Because with the T-Perm, those two are opposites. And these two colors are, by the way, the same on the T-Perm, and on the R-Perm, not. So this is a pretty weird algorithm. It requires D moves. That's what the algorithm looks like. So what you do is you do R, take the spare like kind of out, but you do it like this. Now you have this split case, you know. You move it there. You move it there when you do this. You should normally get a paired case. But you do D. This pair moved there. D. I always do the D like this. But you should probably do the D push. Down. You two. Like that. So. This pair out. Like this. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait a second. So. You have these two are not the same. You do this up. Split pair. Move there. Move that to there. D. If you don't know which D you need to do, don't do this D, because you see you move a non-solved a solved pair into there. So you do this. Move like once. Back. So that was the RA perm. The RB perm, it's a bit harder to know. Like you see, it can be done really fast because it requires like RF sexy moves and things like that. So this is what the RB perms look like. You have one pair solved, these two at the front. And like you see, there's like nothing else to recognize about it. This pair, this one, headlights. So what you take like this, you move that pair out, U2, R. You would like do this sexy move. So this pair out, move this up, sexy move, that in. Like you see, I'm going to do it pretty slow, but you can still follow it. So pair out, up, sexy move, down, up, pair out, in, sexy move. Okay, now we're going to my favorite PLLs. We got the E-Berm. We're going to over the J perms. So this one you have a full bar solved, and it looks already kind of solved. Get what I mean? So this bar's solved, and you have this bar over here, and it is attached to here. So this is when you know you have a JB perm, and it's a really fast algorithm. I have one with the regrip right here, and I have also one with no regrip. It flows nicer, but I don't think it's necessarily faster. Get what I mean? So up, see, push. Okay, now we're going actual in the algorithm. So what you do, you take this pair out, F prime like that, take the pair out, move the pair in, take this pair with the R2, like that. And with the regripless algorithm, what you do, you begin like this, you do a pinch like this, and you do the F prime not like this, but like this, and then you can take out again with the pinch. This is already set up to do this. So done. Like you see, I'm definitely faster with this one, with the regrip, but I don't do this one in my solves. That's probably why I'm not that fast at it. So that's the JB perm. I'm going to do it one more time. Out, F prime, pair in, R2. You can set the JB perm up by doing the JB perm. Now we're going over the JA perm. This one you have a full bar solved, and this one it's solved over here. I do a weird kind of algorithm. Most people do it with like L primes and stuff, but I do it the way that J perms I think do it. J perms. If you don't know J perm, shame on you. I mean, like, it's the best cube YouTuber on the planet. Like, you have this full bar. What you do, you do R2 X prime, like with just with the JB perm. You do this, move that, and you create this pair like that. Get what I mean? Before it was this block, and you make this full bar. This block, you need to pull it over here. This block also needs to go over there. Oh no. Wait a second. Oh, I just messed up. That's what you get when you do algorithms too slow, guys. Except for when you're learning them, obviously. Oh, like, see, this is D-Perm. See, two colors are the same. Okay, we're going back into the case. We were like over here when we just created this. One move like that to create this. see the logical approach from it. Okay, now we're going into the T-Perm. The one I just got. When these two colors are the same, opposites, and you have two bars made, you know you have the T-Perm. So you take it like this, move that pair out, F prime, double one. So R, U, R prime. The T-Perm you already know from Tulip PLL, so I'm going to be going over it roughly. So pair out, in, F, R2. Okay, now we're going over the F perm. It's when you have a bar solved and nothing else to really recognize about it. So you have 3 setup moves, and then it's just deeper. So you do this. So what you do R prime, U prime, F prime. Take this pair out, move it in, R2, like that. And now you're over here, but don't end it right away. So you do this. You have this big pair, big bar, if you know bigger cubes. You take the bar and you move it to the other side. Move the bar up, pinch, move that pair in, and then you have a solved case. So R, F, D, I have this one. Okay, that was the F perm. All the cases I've been going through are 1 in 18 chance, except for the E-Perm, it's 1 in 36, yeah. And now we're going over the V-Perms. Oh, there's only one V-Perm, I'm sorry if you thought there were multiple ones. This one case I set with the A-Perms, you have this big bar, one solved corner, and nothing else to really recognize about it. So if you think, why do you do rotation? It's the only algorithm where the standard algorithm has a rotation in it. So just get used to it, I would say. So you do R, you take this bar out from the back, down. With the end perm I'm going to show you, that's really the baddest algorithm you can get in the world. You do this, but with the V perm you do it down. So you have, and what you do on the same time, you move it in. What you do R2 to take it. And then you move it there, there's a block, and you do kind of sledgehammer, if you get what I mean. Down, F, R2, move it in, to there, sledgehammer. It's not a real sledgehammer. If you would do it like a real sledgehammer, wait a second, I just messed up my shit. Woo. This, by the way, is a UB perm. No, it's UA perm. Oh, I'm getting confused. So this pair, you do this. It's not really a sledgehammer you do here. You do this. So you do. Wait a second. Oh, I'm getting confused, guys. Just when you do algorithms too slow. It's hard. It's hard to do algorithms slow. You think like, what the fuck you just said? I just did that because I know I would get 2 soft corners if I did that. Okay guys, I don't use that algorithm. So this, move it in. So you do R, F. So you do this. R, F. So you do like that. That's actually the move you do. Okay, that was the V-Perm. Now I just set up my own case. I have the Y-Perm. It's the next one you're going to be learning. It is an okay one. You already should know it from Tulip PLL. It's the one where you have no soft corners. You need to take it like this when these two bars are made. And this one, you think it's like, I always think it's like a flipped corner or something, but it isn't. So you do F prime, this pair over here, U prime, this pair over there, F prime, take the pair out, sledgehammer in. So you do F, move it in. What you actually now do is sexy F. Okay, now we're going over the E-Berm. It is really the baddest one you can get. Wait a second, how did I actually do it? Okay, so this one is I think it's the best end perm. You see there was a super long algorithm. It's like 21 moves or something. But it's like just some setup moves, J, B perm, and then you undo the setup moves. So this is how you recognize it. You have this bars. You only have bars like on the right side. When you have on the left side, you have NB perm. That's the baddest algorithm. Except if you really hate G perms, but I don't mind G perms. A perm is, by the way, my favorite. And you're like, what did you just say? Yes, A perm is my favorite PLL. Just like the feel of it. So you do move it out. You just do the first part of soon. You take this out, J perm, and now you have this bar over there, and you just insert it. So bar out like it's soon. J perm, move it in. Okay, that shouldn't be too hard. I mean, like, it's probably the best end perm. Oh, wait a second. End perms are confusing as fuck, boy. So this is the baddest algorithm on the planet. So when you have a bar like this made on the left side, always on the left side, so you do you take this pair out from the back. Like I said, with the V perm, you do this. With the N and B perm, you do this. Move it there, F prime. So you kind of move it in, move it out, and then when you do this. So what I did is like the forward sequence with the E perm, and I'll move it down. Okay, I'm going to go over it one more time because I really hate end perms. So this one, up, away, this triangle, down. Okay, now we're going finally over my favorite algorithm. And just when I say that, I mess up. Oh guys, this video is getting too long. I'm getting tired of cubing. Not like tired of cubing. I'm getting tired of cubing, guys. But like, my voice is like, why the fuck you still speaking, boy? So, I do the one with like normal U's and D moves. I know it's also one with like wide U moves, but I can't do it. So, what I do, I pinch this corner. That's just a quick overview of the algorithm. The J perms all have like headlights and no bars connected to it, but there's always a bar, but it isn't connected to something. So this is JA perm. This bar is on the front. What you do this are U, R, this one like that. Don't move it up, move it down. R2. Like this is something you're going to have to get used to if you want to learn G-perms. And you do this. So I'm going to do it. By the way, you have to do the algorithm of the G-perms. If you do, you can do J-B-perm to get J-A-perm and G-C to get J-D. Yeah, no, there are four G-perms. Ugh. So, I'm going to go over it one more time. Out. Down. So I'm going to just do J. So, you move this out. You make this pair, I guess. You don't want to move this up. You want to move this down. Make like a kind of pair like this. Okay, that was it. And now we're going over the most hated G-perm, in my opinion. This one. So you do R, yo. So R prime U, R, and you do this. You take this. Don't do this, but this, and then you move with the J A perm. You need to move like this. Over the J B perm, you're going to have to move like this. This. Wait a sec. I just did the algorithm, but I came out on a J-A perm. It's normal, by the way, guys. You're doing nothing wrong with your algorithm. Okay, this is the JB perm. Which actually you have this headlights over here. You have this bar. You see this bar? And nothing else really, so do R, F. What am I saying? R prime, U prime, R prime. These two moves on the same time. R2, like that. Do down, up, up, like that. I'm going to spend much more time on it because my video is already like 30 minutes long. That's way too long. But now I'm going to do the G perm, the G-C perm. So what the algorithm looks like. By the way, if you hear something on the background, that's my brother. This is what the algorithm looks like. So you have headlights and this bar in the back. So you do R2, U prime, by the way. This B move, this U move, you like that. Now you have this bar, D push, bar moving to the front. Okay, so that was it. Like you. Okay, I'm going to go over it one more time. You start like this. Okay, now we have the JD perm. Last algorithm from the full PLL. Okay, so this one, you do it like, take this pair out, move like this, like that, and you need to pair them up like this. And now you see when you do JD perm, you get set it up to a JC perm. This is like the only one where you have a D prime move on the end. All the others end of just the D move. So take the pair out, like this move. R2, split it, take that one to there, D prime. It's what it looks like as the bar over here, headlights out, like that. D prime. Okay guys, it was it for this video. If you watched the whole video or you just ended PLL, like, congrats. But like and subscribe. I'm going to get the fuck out of here. Bye.